Welcome to today's press conference with Arsenal manager Mikel Arteta, where we dive into the latest updates from the Emirates. From team news to tactics and upcoming challenges, Arteta is here to share his insights ahead of the next big clash. Let's hear from the boss himself as he addresses fans and media alike.
Striker in January. Did you always feel last summer when you obviously tried and you weren't able to, but did you feel as if you had a striker or enough in attack to get you through this season?
I mean, what we couldn't do, that's it. I look at a lot of positives and things that we have been able to do in the market. We have so many to do in the last few years, and we haven't invested really the things that other teams have done in the front players, but we put it in other areas that we believe they were really necessary, and we have to develop players to a really high standards as well. So every case is different, and I'm very happy where we have.
Thank you.
Mikel, you mentioned the mood of the players and changing the mood with using music. What is the mood of the players? Obviously, the other day was very frustrating having been ahead. And let's believe. How are the players? How are they feeling about the challenges that lie ahead for the rest of the season?
No, they were really at it the next day. I mean, it's our job. I don't want them to feel unlucky. We deserve much more, all that things. We have to control what we can control. Is there anything we could have done better in the game to win by a big margin? Yes, let's focus on that. The other things, if we were very unlucky, I think we were very unlucky. Did the result reflect the performance? No, it didn't. It's clear, obvious, watching it 2 times. It's what it is, so it's in our hands to change it, and that's it, and move forward.
And obviously with the Champions League, it's a different focus now away from the Premier League, and the team is evolving from last season. Obviously got to the quarter-final now, on the brink perhaps of qualifying. How important is it for you to use this competition to build the evolution of this team and the experience that you've had over the last few years?
Well, I already saw a big one from last year, and the way we perform against certain oppositions, especially away from home. We played some big games at home this season as well, and we're very dominant, something that in the past we haven't been able to do. So we need to keep going, and now we need to capitalize on what we've done for many months in the competition, and then the right to be with the top teams in the manner that we want to be, and let's see where we are when we go to the next stage, if we deserve to be there.
I'm Mikel. Last season from January, when you went on that unbeaten run, Jakub Kiwior started quite a few games. In that run, obviously, injuries had an impact there. What's happened to Kiwior this season? Because obviously, when you've changed the team around, especially the back line, Kiwior's often been on the bench. What's the thoughts behind that, and what's Kiwior's position in the squad now?
Well, ideal position for Jakub is left central defender, that's key, and as well with the amount of changes that we have to do in the front area, the attacking midfielder area, fullback area, he hasn't found the consistency that he had for that period of time. But he will play games, and he's played games, and I'm very happy with him because he's a player that the way he looks after everybody, where he trains, and when you need it, he's always there. It's very few in the squad that are like this, so I really value having Jakub in the squad.
You gave Ethan Wineri his debut in the Premier League a few years ago, the youngest player in the Premier League, which still stands today. Obviously, we now have Max Dalman in and around the first team training on a regular basis. Of course, for this competition, because of the rules, he can't be part of the squad. But could you envisage Max Dalman maybe featuring on the bench in a league game this season?
I don't know. I don't know if we can even do that. I think he's not allowed to do that yet because of the rules again. But I don't know. It will happen naturally, organically, whenever it has to happen. He's in the environment already, which is incredible at his age. So whenever it has to happen, it will happen.
Okay, let's go.
Okay, so you went to America in November to chat to the owners. I mean, are they at this point in time? Would you speak to them again about maybe what you want to do in the next week, and would you have some sort of assurance that if you want to do something, it's there to be done?
Yeah, we are in constant contact, obviously, understanding the situation, how the team is evolving. Obviously, some of the big news that we had, unfortunately, they weren't that positive. How we feeling about it? They've been super supportive, and they continue to be so.
I mean, Josh has been they've been financially supportive all the way along. Are they prepared to back you in this case? And when was it speculated, like you said on Friday, if you get the player in, it's kind of going to be a difference between doing well and not. When he's doing well on Friday this season, in some sense.
Yeah, well, first of all, is backing the club and themselves, you know, because we all want the best. So the decisions that we make is not to back anybody. It's just something that makes sense. That is going to improve the squad. It's going to make us, give us the ability to perform to the level and to win the things that we want to do. And if that's the case, and we have the resources to do it, we will try.
Okay, we'll go to the last couple now, Sam and then Jordan.
Hi.
Around this time last year, you played Declan Rice at centre-back for half an hour against PSV. You said that was sort of emergency planning. I wonder now, without Tomiyasu, without Ben White, with all these players missing, without Williams.
Yeah, it's been there. It's been in my head. But the reality is he had to play because of certain circumstances. As a 6, as an 8, he played one game as a 10 as well. So to put him in a different position is not ideal. He's coping with it really, really well. But we know that he has the ability to do that, offering something different to obviously the other central defenders. But the reality is that we don't have right-footed in those positions.
So he could do it.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Okay, finally to Jordan.
Mikel, just on Cannavaro, such an amazing player, a World Cup winner, Ballon d'Or winner. Naturally, when a player like that becomes a manager, there's so much pressure and expectation that he has to then be the same sort of manager as he was a player. Just how, as an ex-player yourself, how tough is that when you're expected to be the manager like a player?
Yeah, I imagine. I don't know. In his case, obviously, he's already been.
Ranieri back with
Yeah.
Peru.
Very positive news. Obviously, we missed them for a few weeks, and they return today for training, so they will be available for the game.
And there's still no William Saliba. Are you able to give us an update on his condition and how long he potentially may be out for?
No, I think he's evolving well. The last few days he was feeling much better already, but this game comes a little bit too early for him.
And we heard when you were taking the players through their warm-up, we heard you playing music and the players laughing and joking. Is that something you do regularly, and what's the thinking behind that?
It's something we've done for many years now, and it's part of training. We use music as another element of our training sessions to build the energy, to change certain purposes that we want in the training session, and I think players enjoyed it.
You can all but secure qualification with a win tomorrow night in the top 8, which means you would miss the 2 extra games in the playoff stage. How important is it to miss those games, especially with the injury issues you have at the moment?
Yeah, obviously, so far we've done really well. We're in a really strong position, and now it's time to capitalize at home in all the work that we've done for many months. So we need a strong performance today against a really good side, and we'll try to do that.
We get Gareth from Sky.
Mikel, if you can automatically qualify for the knockout stages, which obviously you're odds on to do, being out of the FA Cup as well, that opens up potentially a 9-10 day gap that you could go away to do some warm weather training. Is that part of your thinking?
Well, my thinking is let's do what we have to do first, which is always difficult because we're talking about the Champions League, and if we manage to do that, obviously we will have the best ideas on the table to make the right decision, hopefully.
Because that break helped a lot last season, didn't it?
Yeah, it was very helpful. I mean, with the schedule that we had for the last 3 months, you can have a break and reset a little bit and work on things and rest some people. While some people are back, that would be great.
2 weeks left of the trial.